button. Sorry. Oh, I got contoured. Sorry, I didn't even know I was on live, right? Seriously. Hi, everybody. Hi, my loves. I picked it up. I didn't know I actually, like, physically hit the live button. I thought I was just, oh no. I turned that down and, hi, my lonely dove. Hi, whoever it is. Is that Noah? Who is it? Hi. Hi. Who is it? Let me see. Who is it? Who is it with me today? Who's riding with me today? Who's coming along with me today to get some coffee? I gotta pick up my mail. I gotta get my coffee. I gotta do so many things today, everybody. Jason is with me. Jason is my ride or die. Hi, Jason. Good afternoon, honey. Good morning, good afternoon. Because I was busy this morning. But it's really nice in PA, everybody. I know I got my jacket on and my jeans, but it's nice out. You know, it could take a turn for the worst and later on and get cold, but for now it's nice out. So, I made it a little short, but I just have to do a couple things, and then, you know, then I'll be back. I'll be on the night tapping, everybody. I promise you, I'll be out tapping in the night. We're tapping some art tonight. So I haven't tapped art in, what, a few days now? It's been a few days, so my tapping is ready. It's ready to go. Look at this. It's ready to roll. I'm about to pick this up, and yeah, it's a little afternoon delay. And so thank God, like, I got okay. So I was going to go to the Dunkin' Donuts, you know, that I normally go to down the road, but I need a cup of coffee. So one's right near where my address is, my mailbox. So I'm gonna get my mail and then go back and get a cup of coffee. Jason, how are you doing, honey? I'm doing fine. I'm hanging in there. I just got a lot of things I was doing, a lot of things I gotta do, and everything will be alright. I like that. Did you like that? Thank you. I just made that real quickly. And I got like other shorts that I'm gonna make. I was so paranoid today, everybody. I lost all of my glasses. I don't know what I done with my other pair. I don't know if I got out of the car, out of the Jeep, and the other ones fell out, but they're gone. I lost them. I'm down to these now. And hell, I lost these this morning, and it took me hours to find them. Hours. So I'm fitting in the, I gotta, fitting in here, everybody. Fitting in to do something. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I got a lot of stuff to do, everybody, today. Today is like so busy because I'm organizing stuff, and I you know, just like I said, I have the art at my friends. I have some things, so once I get so much organized, then I'll be taking organizing the art. So, but everything's all right. Thank God, praise the Lord. Everything's all right, and I'll be doing just fine. So yeah, I got things to do. Oh, everybody wanted me to talk about what I was talking about yesterday. Oh, God. Somebody asked me, like, Tina, okay, so I saw a video, everyone, yesterday, and I talked about it, but I guess everybody just got onto that video, and it was about, okay, building a relationship, no matter if you're dating somebody, or you're getting ready to get engaged, you're going to get married, right? Hi, virgin, right? And so, how people wanted, you know, we're talking about Tina. Well, you're right about that, because if somebody is not in lockstep with you, how can you build a team? And you're right. How can you build a team, everyone, if like someone's doing something and you got your stuff over here, but you're supposed to be a team? And that's what makes something work, everybody, is teamwork. It's when you can cheer your man on in his business. And I'm not joking you, everyone. I'm serious. It's not just so much as go, okay, hi, see you when you get back from your work or your office, right? That's not cheering somebody on. Thank you. It's an expensive one, and guess where I got it? At Goodwill. It looks good with my jeans, everybody. I like it. But, so it's not just so much like, think about this, everyone. If you're in a relationship and that partner has a business, it's going to the guts with them to help them to get that business growing even better and even stronger, right? Hi, Arya. Thank you, Aryan. Thank you, Aryan. And vice versa, right? Because that's what makes a team. It's not you go to your office and I go by, right? You gotta like build the team together, because you might have knowledge or something that you can incorporate with that they may not have been thinking about. Seriously. And they might have knowledge or incorporate with your business. And that's teamwork, everybody. That's a relationship. But when somebody's not doing that, that's not teamwork. How do you build something like without that firm foundation? And I'm gonna have to tell you to hold on 1 second while I run in to get my mail. Okay, so just I'll let you know. Yeah, it's hard at any rate. Find in there. Yeah, automatically get in a team. Oh, cause brown. Well, Jason, that is actually not true, because think about this. Oh, I gotta pull up here because I fell over that bush one time. And if all of you were on with me, remember I fell over that bush and then I'm one recording live and some lady falls over the same bush I fell over? Gee whiz. Okay, everybody, hold on a second. I gotta run in here and go grab the mail. Hold on a second. I won't let you hang in too long. I promise you. I promise. Okay, everybody. Let me get in here. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. Yeah, but okay. Hi from India. Hi from India. I'm back on, everybody. Sorry, I had to run into. It's brown. Yeah, Jason said in any relationship these days, to find an individual, automatically get it team. Yeah, you're right. Some people just, but see, Jason, the thing is, in that point, right? Not everybody. That's different, because you'll feel it and you'll know it. That it doesn't even have to be forced. Everybody, I don't know what the hell is going on. I thought I pushed the airbag on. Oh my god. Aerosmith, play me a love song. No, I'm just teasing. Not on YouTube. Not on YouTube. We be love songing it, not on here. Yeah, it's true, but you can feel that right away. If somebody's gonna have that chemistry of being able to work as a team, you'll be able to feel that, everybody. I'm telling you, you'll be able to feel that right away. You'll be able to feel that vibration so quick. And if you don't, then I guess what? I guess it ain't there. But you know, I mean, you feel like, I think like sometimes, okay, I think back when I was mixing up my skincare and cosmetics many years ago, right? I mean, when I was in my 30s, but I started formulating, my gosh, when I was in my 20s, I started formulating. But when I was in my 30s, I started dating this guy who was an engineer, and he was a very, very, very intelligent guy. And he told me, he goes, well, Tina, how are you mixing the formulas? And I told him, I said, well, I'm gauging it by how I know. Oh, Lord Jesus. I said, I'm gauging it by, like, you know, how I'm eyeballing the measurements. He goes, no, you have to actually, to get a precise batch each time, you have to have measurements for each oil that you're putting in. And then he taught me so many other things also. So I think, you know, God brings sometimes people in your life. It could be just for a season to teach you something, right? Because he taught me so much. But then in his life, he was going through so much. He was going through a divorce and had like 4 children or 5, it could have been more. So he was going through so much in his life. It was really a lot, really, really a lot going on with him, right? But he taught me so much. It was not even funny. Do you know what I mean? So you always, like, there's some people that just come to your life. I gotta get my coffee, everybody. I'm sorry. Can you come have coffee with me, everybody? Hold on a minute. Okay, we were undefeated. Yes, that's right. Hi, peace and joy, honey. We're having coffee now. Yeah, you're right, Jason. So, like, and I tried to tell him, right? Like, I think he didn't realize. And I think, like, at the time, this guy was going through so much that I think he didn't realize that. Hold on. Okay, I'm back on. I'm sorry I turned it off, everybody. I just don't like it. People hearing me order something. Thank you. So, yes, right. So I think at the time, everyone, I just think that he didn't realize how much of a team we actually could have made. I really, you know, he lived very far. He was not just an engineer, but he was also a scientist. He was a young guy. He was extremely intelligent, very nice looking guy. But the love of God, the guy was going through beyond hell. I mean, he was going through a divorce, things going, I mean, it was awful. And plus, he lived upstate Penn State, right? So Penn State is like, that's, you know, like 2-3 hours from here. That didn't matter to me. I mean, back then I had an old car, but I think he just he's going through so much stuff he couldn't even think straight. But God brought him into my life for a reason, because he taught me so much about chemistry, about you know, even my products and stuff. But the thing is, love, like, you could have built something from there, right? From that foundation. Because I didn't care that he had 4 kids or going through the stuff he was going through. But I think he maybe thought I cared about it, but I didn't care about that. I felt sad for him for going through that. You know what I mean? But you could build a team, but you gotta give people a chance to help you build your team. You know what I mean? You just can't go, well, I think that person, that this might be too much for them to handle. Right? Yeah, exactly. And I thought he probably figured, oh my God, I'm giving Tina all this stuff. She ain't never been married. This is terrible. I can't put this all on her, which I understood. I felt bad for him, and I was there for him. You know, I really, I mean, he helped me so much, you know. But he was really, for as brilliant he was just really, honest to God, gone through so much stuff in his life. It was horrible. But the encountering of people that is life changing is something very blessing for everybody. Like even all of us being on here, we're learning something from one another, and you just don't know. You know, your comments are everything. So yeah, your comments are helping other people, right, Jason? Your comments, no, everybody, Richard's, everybody's comments, yours, peace and joy, are helping people because God. It's like this life, everybody, is like a puzzle, right? It's like a puzzle piece. And I'm not joking you. This is real talk. Because you meet me and I look at this and it goes like this and it all connects. And I know I'm not making sense because everybody done left the building. But it's real talk, you know. But building a team, if you can find somebody that can do that and be at your business, to help you with your business or give you little tips or something to help your business grow, or be your ride and die that's lockstep beside you, not behind you, right? Remember I told you, like you have to be, a partner is lockstep beside you, not behind you. That's not a partner is lockstep. And so, you know, and somebody who can like laugh. Because I mean, if you can't laugh and you can't tell corny jokes, what, that's not living, everybody. Come on now. I gotta hear jokes and something funny. You know what I'm saying, right? Or something corny. Right? Right. Encountering calm, especially. Yeah, exactly. Especially if people are going through so much, right? Because if people are going through a lot, it's hard to, you know, explain, you know, go through something. You're right. It is hard to, especially. And just like I said, he had like 4 or 5 children. I don't even know how many children he had. He had a lot of little kids, and but I felt sorry for him, what he was going through. He was going through a lot, you know. And but the thing is, it's how you just, the windows of your soul, you gotta open it up to people, you know. Don't go, okay, well, I think this situation might be a little, hey, they don't even have this little and tight. You gotta learn to smack up out of me. But, you know, but it's hard, but I can see it. I can sense it. When you sit down, everybody, this is what I'm saying with dating. Okay, this is coffee and dating talk, okay? But when you can sit down, when you can meet somebody, don't never go for even lunch. Don't even go for lunch, everybody. It's too quick. Lunch is just too quick. Dinner is too slow, and people are going to be at their best dressing up. Ain't got time for that. You got to just simply have coffee. No more, no less. There's honestly, I'm not joking you, because you will learn so much about someone when they're in their regular element, just having coffee. You're not waiting for dinner to come out. That's 2 dates after. Do you know what I mean? You meet someone for coffee, and then if it goes okay, then you meet them for lunch. If that goes okay, then you meet them for dinner, and then after dinner, well, then you should know by then, right? But you don't go straight to dinner, everybody. That's why there's so many relationships that are all jacked up. Everybody went straight to dinner and didn't even go from coffee to lunch to reach dinner. And you can't do that to yourself. You're better than that. You're better than just going straight to dinner and because you're going to go straight to bed. And I'm not lying to you, everybody. Think about it. If you don't take those steps to get to know somebody, you're going to go straight to dinner, and then you're going to go straight to bed. And then you're going to either be left with emotional feelings that the other person ain't feeling for you, And hell, you might even end up with a goddamn baby. You just don't even know. So this is what I'm saying. You gotta lay out your structure, because you don't know what is going. You don't know. You just don't know. Oh, sorry. Like, right? Exactly, but not all on the same damn day, girl. Come on now. Hi, first in firefighter. Sorry, I didn't. All the messages weren't coming up quickly. Sorry, honey. I didn't mean that. All the messages weren't coming up, so I'm sorry. Right? Because Peace and Chippy's is laughing like, oh my God, Gina, I'm being Godsmack honest. Because everybody's fixing to be, no, you gotta sit and have coffee with me, because I'm just so we can talk normal. Exactly, a solid relationship. You have to value that. But how are you going to even have a solid relationship if you're not even getting through coffee? And then another day you're going to lunch, and then the next day you go to dinner with somebody, but you're not, right? You're taking all the avenues. That's what I'm saying, everybody. See, you are all oh my gosh. Peace and Joy's laughing so hard like Tina. Come on. I'm breaking this good stuff down today. Come on now. I'm just keeping it real. And a solid relationship requires you to step outside this mentality thinking, everybody. Because we are in a society where we look at people for their worth. We look at people for their looks. Okay, two things that we look at people. And this is crazy, everybody. I'm not making this up. And then this is why everybody's all messed up and trying to figure it out. So everybody's looking for, exactly. You gotta go in those little, exactly. And Peace and Joy says, plus too many people were conditioned to love bombasses, and when they're, exactly. And then so you gotta figure, everybody, here's the kind of situation like, people are in here. It's like, times are different here. I mean, this isn't back in the 50s and 60s where they courted you and somebody picked you up at your door and everybody had respect for one another. Hells to the no, man, this is different. Everybody's got a fast car. It ain't fast enough to pull off or pull in or pull out. And it's like, it's really unbelievable. And this is why there's so many single people. And everybody's on a dating service trying to find the next victim. Yeah, exactly. Nobody's even talks to anybody anymore. Somebody, if somebody, I miss the days where people go, let me give you a call. And no, let me text you. You ain't texting me shit. I'm not in the fixing in the mood. But everybody's just in these fast cars. And I mean that like, literally. Oh man, it's, and you can't, a lot of people blame porn minds on social media now but people have had porn minds for so long. It's been longer than social media. It has just been that social media has opened the Pandora's box on it, and everybody can meet everybody that they've never met before in their life. And that is where pornography really exploded, because everybody can meet everybody, right? And be anywhere to meet someone. But you can't blame social media. Hi Robert, how you doing, honey? You don't have to distract your message. I'm sorry, I'm driving and I was trying to get to everybody's message. But I don't know, everyone. I think you just gotta take that lane and just be good to yourself and know what your self-worth is worth. Because if your self-worth is to go straight to dinner, and then if your self-worth is to go straight to dinner, well, then guess what? That's what your self-worth is. I hate to say it like that. I'm not being mean or ignorant or anything. If it's there, then, you know, it's high, but yeah. But, if your self-worth is to go, okay, let's go and take these steps, and let's talk about things, because, you know, when you talk about stuff, everybody, it makes sense, because you can learn a lot about someone. When you sit and have coffee and you laugh, and you're in your jeans and I'm in whatever I'm wearing or whatever you're wearing, and we're just talking, and there's no and we're just talking. That's priceless, because then that's when people, they can, you know, let out their happiness or sadness or whatever they're trying to do, everybody. I mean, that's just, but if you can't get to that point and you go straight to dinner, well, I can guarantee you, if you take that highway straight to dinner, you're going to end up with a disappointed mindset. You're going to end up disappointed, because you may like that guy, but you went straight to dinner. You went straight to dinner, and you didn't even ask him anything, because you were so interested in everything. Now, here's the thing, everybody. In dating, every woman, everybody's so worried about how much somebody makes. Okay. How much, and where they're living, what they're doing. I mean, we're looking at physical beauty instead of inward beauty. I know, I think I was out in the wind, but hey, it looks good, I ain't worried. We're looking at stuff that ain't, you know, sustainable. Because everything now is throwaway society, everyone. Remember that. Throwing everything away. It's a shame. Really sad. Don't worry about my hair. How about that? Oh well, if it's messy, I don't care. I don't care. If that's the least of my problems, that my hair is messy, then guess what? I'm having a hell of a good day. But, so, you know, what is wrong with this lid? It is popping off. I can't even put this coffee to my mouth, and it keeps, like, popping off, everyone. What the hell's wrong with them? This is scaring me. I can't even show you this. Yeah, having attachments, Lisa Joy says. Yeah. Very helpful situation like that. But when you go on a date, everyone, you expect this. Absolutely nothing. You don't expect anything, and then watch things transpire from there, right? Because when you expect so much, you know what I mean? Don't expect so much out of people when you're going on a date. You're just going on a date to meet somebody. You don't expect them to sit there and tell you their life's worth and how much they're worth. That's terrible. If you ever go on a date, oh wow. Yeah, that's right. And somebody's sitting there worrying about how much money you're making and all this and that, but then you got to get up and go, because guess what? They're just worrying about material aspects. Yeah. Gee whiz. Yeah. Well, that's how it is, honey. It's something. But, you know, we have to focus on helping ourselves. I don't know where I'm going to get some lunch at, but I tell you the time, yeah, I do. And, just thinking, going somewhere. But everything's such a throwaway society. I can't be like that. I'm not like that. Like, you gotta try to give it all, your all, or back out of it. If you can't give it your all and your gusto, then you gotta back out of stuff. You know what I mean? You can't give it your 100% for a relationship, then you can't be in one, everybody. Then you gotta step back until you can be in something that you can give your gusto right to somebody. should be standing behind anyone in a relationship. That is not a team. That is not how you build a team in a relationship. You have to stand lockstep beside that person. And you cannot build a team when somebody's behind you. How do you build a team like that? How do you build a team like that when one's in the front and one's in the back? That ain't working. That's craziness. You can't build a team like that. You gotta go shoulder to shoulder with your partner and go, let's get this, we're a team, we gotta do this, right? We gotta get this done, you know what I mean? And so, I was willing to go, I mean, I didn't express it to him because I was really sad and I didn't want to, take her on his nerves or anything, but I wanted to go shoulder to shoulder with him and say, look, everything I told him, I said, everything will be all right. You'll get through this, you know what I mean? I said, gotcha. But, you have to have somebody that can tell you that everything will be all right. I really, truly mean it, Man, I'll tell you what, So, but we're heading down here, everybody. We're just going to go down here. I have to stop up here a minute and get something. So you can just ride with me. I'm doing that. Hold on, everybody. Let me adjust this camera. I put the things up at the window. I have blackouts for the side because, like, a lot of you drive me nuts. So I do have blackouts for the sides. We're trying to fill our cups up. It ain't funny, everybody. We ain't got no kids to be around us, but we're still trying to fill our cups up. Yes, that's right. Everybody needs somebody to be their best, right? Because, like, if you're in a relationship, you gotta, give each person you gotta give that person their goat status. Say, you know what, you got this. God's got you. Up here. Yeah. Exactly. Members that's right. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Peace and joy. People feeling lonely, or don't do that. We're all lonely at some point in time. But does that mean that we have to be in a relationship with somebody because we're lonely? And no, I mean, that ain't, no, absolutely not. No, heck no. If you're lonely, you just, I mean, how would you feel, everybody, if you're putting somebody in your life because you're lonely, or you need somebody there by your side, but that's not necessarily the person that you want by your side? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? You're not going to feel good at all, because you know darn well that the person that's by your side is not necessarily a person that you want by your side, but they're by your side because you need them by your side because you just don't want to be lonely, or you just don't want to go do something, right? Seriously. No, I'd rather, no. You gotta find a guy friend or a girlfriend to go with you and then until you figure it out. But not get nobody into that until you can find a right partner. Right? Oh, wow, what's going on? So, I'm just... Okay, hold on a second. I'm just turning the turn. But, positive growth, yeah. Thank you, honey. Making ourselves yeah, we gotta, exactly. If you have a solid team, it'll last enduringly, everybody. Old folks, they were lockstep with one another. They may not have had much, but they were in lockstep with their mindset, you know? We gotta do this, we gotta do that to have this, to have that, you know? Yeah. That's why I just... Hi, Rachel. Yes, hi, honey. How you doing? How you doing, sweetie? We're just talking about dating. And us women, you know, of a certain age, nobody should be desperate. No one should. Are you kidding me? Oh. It's so nice out today, everybody. I just had to go up here. Just go for a drive. I had to, because later on I have so many things to do before. I'll be on tonight at 8:30, everybody, at 8:30. I already have all the tab boards already ready and the albums ready for tonight. It's hot. I have everything ready. Oh my, wow, peace and joy. Yeah, sometimes you gotta change stuff around to get to where you gotta be, you know? You just got to. That's the evolution of life. Gotta change stuff around. Yeah, they have it, yeah. Oh, yeah, we definitely do. Definitely. I'm almost down here. And I can sit and I can park. You have to be your own cheerleader. You gotta love your own self first. Before you can love somebody else. I mean, I don't sit and go, oh, well, you know, and I will not go in a dating service, everybody. I mean, you just, I don't know. I ain't swiping right and left. Going, I would not do that. No, no, absolutely not, everybody. Because you're wasting your money going in a dating service. You know, don't do it. Because those people sit there and they keep going on and on, getting recycled through so many people, going on so many dates. You're just a number. You're not even a name on these dating services to some people. You're just a number. You're getting recycled through, and all these people have been on so many dates. A lot of my friends were on them, and it's like they didn't have no good luck, and it kept going through 10. See, I'm not a still dater. I can't do that. I'm not like a person that goes on dates after. I can't handle all that stuff. I don't go on dates after dates after dates. I can't do that. That's too much. It's like nobody talks to anybody. It's like this way or that way, and you're looking at their picture. I mean, I know someone that used to be my friend, or not my friend anymore because they were so jealous, but she was a very, very large woman. I mean, and you know, but there's beautiful big women, but she would not love herself enough to show her true self. I even took pictures of her and everything. I'm like, Joy, I'm like, you know, come on, sis. Let me take pictures of you in your dress. You know, you're beautiful. She would not put them on, but she would just put a headshot on. And then when guys would go to pick her up, they're like, you know, you bust my springs on my motorcycle or something. You can't do that. That's why dating, no, that's not, no, I ain't got time for all that dumb stuff. Swipe right, swipe left, and then the person probably doesn't even look like who they are. Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is bad. Nobody talks to anybody. And this is how there's so many divorce rates. Because nobody's taking the time to sit down and drink that cup of coffee, everybody. We're too busy swiping left, right, center, upside down, taking the pad, and just, it's terrible. We don't take time to sit and talk to people. No, it's either a text or anything. Oh my gosh, no. It's horrible. I'm just going up here. Yes, the organic way, absolutely. People don't do that. I don't even think there's no such thing anymore. We're moving in such fast pace that people don't do that. Yeah, the organic, exactly. That's old school ways are so gone. It's so sad. It's not even funny. What is an old school way anymore? There's no point. Now we're on a nice backcountry road. But I'll be on tonight. We're gonna make some good art tonight. We're gonna tap it out really good tonight and find out what's on the boards. We'll find out something. What are we gonna check out tonight? Just do the art, right? Let's just let the boards, let's let the albums tell us the story. I ain't fixing to worry about a story. You know what? But I did make this to usher in love. Look at that heart. I made that, everybody. I made that ring. That's a love ring. That's a love ring. It is your turn. Phew. Yeah. I'm glad you are just going with me. I just have to go up here to pick up some, check out some things up here in Goodwill. You know what? I forgot I already ate earlier. I actually already ate earlier. I forgot all about it. That's why I didn't have no. I already ate. Oh, Lisa Joy says he's thinking about that right now. Oh, my first girlfriend in grade school. Yeah. Oh, did she pass you a note, Jason? Aww. Aww. Exactly, right? Nobody passes nobody a note anymore, right? Nobody does that anymore. All nowadays it's passing you a text message or something, or sending you something on message. Even writing on the paper, right? Nobody write nothing on paper anymore. I do. I write stuff on paper all the time. But it's sad because nobody writes anything on paper anymore. No one does. I always write everything down on paper all the time. But nobody does that. Yeah. How many of us use... Oh, I do, Jason. I have pens and paper with me right now. I always do. And especially when I sit down with somebody and do an intuitive reading, I use ink pens and pencils I have to write stuff down sometimes because there'll be messages coming through that I have to write down or something. So yeah, I always use a notepad. Yeah, you got to keep that old school stuff alive, everybody. You can't just, it's sad what's happening. I mean, I gotta write stuff down. If messages are coming through, I gotta be able to draw things or whatever's happening, or just some stories that's coming through that I have to write it out. Or I mean, that's happened many a times where, thank God, that's why I always have my notepad with me and a pencil. I have to use a pencil because if I have to erase it and then just like redo it over or something, I've had that happen before where I had to draw stuff and like if the grid shuts down about exactly, you got to go back into the olden days. I always write everything down because I mean you can't. I mean, how about if things go down to where or things get deleted? What would you do? How in the heck would you? Because my intuition says a lot of things are going to happen this year, everybody. You better start backing your information up, backing everything up, because there's something going to happen. I mean, my intuition says to where we could have like a complete blackout in our country. I mean, my intuition is saying that, and that's scary. From hackers. You know what I mean? So, we'll talk about that tonight, but that's what my intuition says. So, you gotta prepare. We gotta prepare because, these hackers are about, my intuition says that these hackers are about to do something very soon. They're just getting ready to, do something where our grids are going to go down. So what are we going to do? If our grids go down, what are we going to do, everybody? Okay, I'll be talked about tonight. What do you mean, peace? What do you mean, peace? Hold on a minute, honey. Speaking of that blackout, Tina, have you prepared your... Hold on a minute, honey. Yes. Are you crazy, child? Of course I did. Yes. I am prepared. Of course. Peace and joy. Tina ain't playing. Of course. Absolutely, I sure... Oh, yes, indeedy, I sure did. I sure do got my stuff prepared. Yes, absolutely. You have. You know me. Come on now. You know better than to ask me that kind of crazy stuff, because absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I don't sit and tell you this stuff and me not be prepared. Are you crazy? I got stuff. Oh my God. I got perishable foods and everything. Stuff for survival food. You can't trust what's going on with these hackers. These hackers are going to be really, they're already trying to do something. They're already up to something no good, these hackers. You got to, everybody, and make sure, everyone, you have dates. Figs are really good. I have those. Always just make sure you have water. I went through it to tell you everything. Dates are very good because they're very, very sweet. And dates are good for your health, and they'll sustain you. If you need food, if you need that quick something to eat. People don't be dumb about this. These hackers are going to turn our lights off here. And I mean, our country is going to go dark. These hackers are evil out here. So, I haven't been on tapping in a few days, right? When's it? It's been like, what, a few days since I haven't tapped. But, there's a lot that, my intuition wants to say. But there's, about hackers. There's something about hackers that are going to try to knock our grids down. And we really have to be careful. Because these people are in white masks, and I think it could be anonymous people or anonymous something. But they are going to knock grids down this year, my intuition says. So we'll talk about that tonight, and we'll tap it out on the board, but I can actually see them. I can actually see them. They were no funny mask, that clowny mask. And I think it's like almost like a Joker mask, but anonymous people, They're getting ready to knock grids down. My intuition says they're getting ready to knock some grids down. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Definitely. My intuition tells me everything. Oh, my God. There's so much stuff going on. Planes going. Oh, my God. Everybody just... we'll talk one, I already told you about these gray orbs and these gray UFO type things, and nobody believed me. I've been telling you all this for so long, and these things are out there, and you know, people are catching them on video. I've told people this so much, and nobody believed me. I even tapped them out thousands of times on boards, the gray circular objects, and no one believed me. And they're here. They're here. And, you know, and their powers of what they can do is just craziness. But no, nobody believes the boards. Nobody believes my strong intuition. Well, a lot of people believe my intuition because I help a lot of people. But I try to tell you, and I can only warn you so much to where I just stop. But we gotta be prepared. Then this summer, everybody, and what these people, these guys are doing. There's a guy, and I think there's some guys, and then there's one girl, but they're gonna wait until it gets really hot. I think this summer is supposed to be really. It's gonna get hot this summer, and then everything's gonna get down, and it's gonna. They're gonna do a lot. They're gonna do a lot of damage with their computers. Just, you know, hacking and stuff. The anonymous people. I think it's because I'm getting the name Anonymous come across. He says, hold on, honey. I gotta park the car. So oh, great. I gotta stop here. Stop. I had to stop at the Goodwill because of something. Okay, so now I'm parked. So, okay. There we go. Okay, it's been said that if the good should happen. I don't know. No, I mean the hackers are like anonymous people. Anonymous? The hackers? And then the, you know, the lights and stuff. I don't know. Nobody's living in gloom and doom, but we're living in reality, right? Because if you don't look at the reality of things, and you think everything's gloom and doom, and then something happens and you're not prepared for that, that's not living in gloom and doom. That's living in reality, you know. And people, you have to, there's a lot going on. Everybody, why don't you, after I get off of here, go check out this man's YouTube channel, Mr. MBB333, and you will see all the stuff that people around this world, all over this country, send him, that they are seeing flying in our skies, all kind of stuff, and they are seeing those gray orb, those gray saucers that I told all of you. Mr. MBB333, Mr. MBB333, and I mean people. Oh yeah, the preppers are good, but you gotta look at that, because people really send that man video from all over our country, and you should see what they see in the sky, everybody. I mean, this is serious stuff. It's just, it's not gloom and doom. This is reality. When we think that spreading knowledge is gloom and doom, I mean, then that's doomed. Then we are doomed. When we think that spreading knowledge to help others, you know, that's not gloom and doom. That's real talk. You know, that's real talk. So, I mean, and you know, there's a lot of other people that, you know, we have to get the word out too. Yeah, exactly. And there's just so much going on with everything, everybody. It's really sad. We're living in the times where you got to kind of wonder everything. It's just sad, right? We're living in those kind of times where a lot of things are sad. A lot of things are very sad right now. You know? And we'll probably, you know, and my intuition, we could even end up in war. You know, our country could. So, you know, there's a lot of things that could happen this year. I mean, serious stuff. A lot of serious stuff. But I'm not going to hang on to that and may not even talk about it tonight. But we got Jesus. Absolutely. But even God don't want us to be fools, Jason. You know what I mean? Even God don't want us to be fools. Mm-hmm. Right, might as well. Might as well. You're fixing to know. You might as well. Might as well. Well, everybody, I'm going to get off here and get some things done. And so everybody have a blessed day. And I'll see you when I see you, which is tonight. 8:30. You don't want to miss a thing, everybody, tonight. You don't want to miss a thing. So...